it's so heavy. Look how big my Powell's bag is. Hi friends, happy Saturday. I figured that we would spend a little bit of time together. I plan on going to the library today and just browse around and probably get some cookbooks or see what I get. But before that, I did go to the print shop and I did print out my 2025 books, and I plan on working in my book journal today. And I also made a list of colors that I want to use for my book journal, for my bookshelf, because I totally forgot that I read 50 books last year and I did not color in, so I need to color that in before putting in the book journal, putting in the book covers in the journal. So yeah, but I did that. I made the list, so when I come back from the library, I'll probably work on my book journal for a little bit. But off to the library we go. Made it to the library, and the main goal is to get cookbooks, but I can see myself going into other different aisles and just browsing a little bit. But cookbooks are what we came here for, so let's go. Made it back home for the library, so let's do a book haul. Look, ow, it's so heavy. Look how big my Powell's bag is. And to think that I wanted to get more books. Insanity. So, I did stray away from just cookbooks. I did get some other books, but let's dive into it. First cookbook we have is the Real Bento. I just got this because I also want to try different cuisines. So this is Japanese lunchbox recipes. So maybe they might be quick and easy. I don't know. We'll have to see. But I'm excited to go into bento boxes. And then going straight into desserts, it is The Elements of Baking by Katrina Shamel. I know I'm mispronouncing this. I love baking, and I would love to further my knowledge in baking. And I feel like baking also goes along with cooking, and I feel like I want to incorporate more baking into my repertoire as well and learn more about like the behind the scenes of baking. And third cookbook is Crave by Karen this person. Bold recipes that make you want seconds. Sounds good. Love a good craving. And the last cookbook is The Batch Lady, Cooking on a Budget. We love a good budget. I would rather not spend a lot of money while turning myself into an ingredients household. So yeah, those are all the cookbooks. And now the books that aren't necessarily cookbooks, but also books that I just want to look through and gain inspiration. So the first one is How to Create Your Garden, Ideas and Advice for Transforming Your Outdoor Space. I would love to have a garden one day, and especially becoming an ingredients household. So I guess it does coincide with cooking, but I would love to like grow my own herbs and produce. I know I would still have to go to the store in order to get produce, but just not as much. Or at least I would have some quantity of produce that I can pick from my own garden. And I guess with this book I could go learn more about the layouts and what works, what plants work with what, and how to like make it cohesive and useful to, I guess, my lifestyle and how I want it to be. And last book is Elements of Timeless Style, Creating a Forever Home. I love like home decor, I love looking at houses, I should say. And I'm also trying to like find my own style, which I kind of like know home-wise what my style is, but I love looking at like home magazines and books like that, so I'll probably just take a browse through this. But that is all the books that I got from the library. Hopefully I can start searching through the cookbooks and curating a list on what I want to try, but yeah. I think now I'm gonna start coloring in my bookshelves. finished coloring in my bookshelves. It's actually really satisfying to color it all in and seeing the progress that I made throughout the year, so very satisfied. But now I'm going to work on the book covers. So finish up with putting my book covers into my journal, and I am now just letting them dry for the rest of the day. And it's fun looking back to see what I've read, and I'm like recalling all the memories that I experienced of reading the book for the first time. Some of the books that I read last year were pretty wild, and some of them I never thought I would ever read, and I only truly read them because of book club. I was a part of my library's book club, and some of the books that I was introduced to were When Women Were Dragons, the Ornithologist's Field Guides to Love, and Lucy Undying. I honestly wouldn't have picked up those books in my day-to-day, but I am kind of glad that I got exposed to them. I feel like it helped determine more my reading taste per se, but I am excited to see what books I'll be reading this year and kind of see where I end up with how many books I'll be reading. Last year I did read 50 books, so we'll see how many books I'll read this year. But I think that's going to be it for this video. But thank you so much for spending a little bit of my Saturday with me. And until next time, my friends, stay curious, stay cozy, stay reading. Bye, guys.